How would you handle this situation? You're planning on going on a date with someone, and out of the blue, they completely stop answering your messages. No texts, no phone calls. They fall off the face of the earth. You're sitting there in Buca di Beppo after you had already found a table in the tuxedo that you rented, as is first date customs. What do you do if that person later, weeks later, messages you like nothing had happened? This is an issue facing a man who posted this very question on Reddit, and here I will give him a definitive answer. This is the first installment of Danswers Mini, an extension of the Danswers podcast, and I am your host, Dan Donohue. Ghosting is when someone abruptly ends communication out of nowhere. Well, seemingly out of nowhere. I'm sure many instances of ghosting have very good reasons on the other person's end. While there is a guy somewhere scratching his head going, she just stopped messaging me out of nowhere. There's a woman somewhere sitting going, yeah, he just started sending me pictures of his head on Wolverine's body, and I stopped talking to him because I was concerned about his mental health. This leaves many people upset, confused, with many unanswered questions and unsent pictures of Wolverine's body with your head on top. Which is what happened to this person on Reddit who posted, "How do you respond to a girl who ghosted you?" then suddenly comments on your story as if nothing happened. How do you respond to a girl who you made plans for a date with? You even agreed that she can bring her friend on the date just to make her comfortable, and out of nowhere she ghosts you. No replies, no message seen, just dead silence for weeks. Then here I am posting a Facebook story, and she comments on my story as if nothing happened. How do I respond to this? Here on Danswers Mini, we give definitive answers, and let me get into this one. There is an 80% chance this woman was pursuing a relationship with a different person at the time and wanted to put more effort into pursuing that relationship than pursuing you. This is not a bad thing. This is not immoral. This is just how dating goes. The only immoral thing that this woman did was let you plan a date and then ghost you without any explanation. That is not good. That is mean. That is rude. Is it the most rude thing in the world? No. The rudest thing in the world is spitting on an old lady while you litter with both hands. But this is a lack of formality. This is unfortunately how dating goes. You have no idea what's going on the other end of that line, especially because this person tends to be a stranger that you met on an app. And unfortunately, there are a lot of guys out there with Lexuses and those kind of do you know what I mean with the trimmed beard where it's like it's manicured but it's tasteful, it's not too sharp. You know what? I would date that guy. There's a lot of those guys out there and a lot of women trying to pursue them, and that's okay. But we come back to your question. What should I do? And the answer is you should not respond. You might respond. You know why you might respond? Because you're probably a pretty horny guy. And that's why you're entertaining this in the first place. Your horniness is clouding your vision, an issue that has happened to men since the dawn of time. Because if you were sober, if you were not clouded by your basal desires, you would understand that the actions of this person show a bit of an erratic pattern. She asked to bring a friend with her on your first date. That does not scream enthusiasm. That screams, get me out of here. Then she ghosted you. Yet another sign that this is a bit of an unstable relationship to pursue. And then she comments on your story. You don't know what's going on the other end of that comment. She could be 3 Zimas deep right now, and she's commenting on whoever's story pops up. It hurts our egos when someone ghosts us, and we go one of two directions. We either avoid that person, a direction I feel is healthy, or many people will go the other route and try to win that person back over in order to mend their ego. Let me tell you something. That road never leads anywhere good. It leads down a bad road to a bad relationship. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We've all heard that from our uncle who posts on Facebook about how guns are awesome, but I think it can be applied to dating much more specifically. If you get to the end of the road with this person that you try winning over just because they hurt your ego by ghosting you, you know what you'll get if everything goes your way? You'll get a relationship with an unstable person that you're probably not that into to begin with. Young man, do not message this woman. Do not entertain her. Ghost her right back. This is not a serious relationship. I'm not even saying you're looking for a serious relationship, but if you want an unserious little fling with someone, which that's fine, you're an American, you could pursue that. Find someone who's down for that too. This person is not that. This person is fluttering in the wind, and you don't want to grab for that leaf. Okay, grab for something more rooted on the ground. In summation, ghosting is a part of life. It's not a good part of life. It's not a kind thing to do to people, but we need to understand it might happen if we are dating right now. There's a lot of stuff going on the other end of that line of people we are trying to date. That's not a bad thing, and we shouldn't take it too personally, even though it does feel very, very personal. But we also shouldn't give those people many second chances. In certain situations, maybe, if you're really into that person, if they have a good excuse for the ghosting. But in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and say, young man, you have an opportunity here to do something that many men before you have not done, that many men before you have failed at. You can succeed. You can say no to someone that you are trying to have sex with. That is a powerful feeling. And it's the kind of feeling you don't usually get until you're well into your 30s. But young man, I implore you, use that strategy and pursue something that is a little more your speed. And a message to this young woman: no shame in your game. No slack in your Mac. Who among us has not horribly, irrevocably messed up in pursuing someone and then tried scrambling to get them back while falling directly on our face? Not I, not I. However, your ghosting ways are going to need to come to an end. I hope you are young. I hope you are not older. And if you are young, this is all part of the journey. But sooner rather than later, you are going to have to learn to have hard conversations with people. Conversations that in the short term will make them feel bad about themselves, but in the long term will benefit them greatly and in turn benefit you, if only from a moral position. And I do not know your reason for wanting to bring your friend on the date. You may have had an experience that was really bad that has left you in a state where you need a friend on a date to be comfortable. If that is the case, I understand. But if you just wanted to bring the friend on the date to make things more platonic with you and this person, let me just say a simple no would suffice. That is Danswers Mini. I hope you enjoyed it. And everyone, as always, have a good one.